Well, this is sort of overdue. Collection video. A fair bit. So I'm gonna talk about what all I've got, and then after that I'm gonna talk about some of the stories of these guys, because some of these have got history. So to start off, here's Charles right here. Of course, this is my custom one. Grimsley next to him. Wacky, currently handless because he's just his hand's under repairs, and also his I sent off his hammer to Jovanir so that he could put like realistic blood on it. Walbert, my boy Face Ripper right there. Headbanger, he's now in a new spot. We hung him up right here. He's running a bit better now. Bone Collector, who I finally got after so many fucking years. Holy shit. Face Changer, Nick, the next Stretching Zombies, chilling over there. He's got some gearbox issues. I'm gonna probably just send him off. Buck right here, my boy, Spirit Ball, my only Spirit Ball right now. Zoltan over here, doesn't really count, but Robosapien V2. I'm proud of owning him. Let's see. 6-foot Posable Reaper. This is my secondary display room, by the way. Hauntress over here, over here. Her arms are posed all the way down just so that she's kind of thinner and folds up there. The floating ghost girl that I made a base and poles for. So she just kind of stands. She's wobbly. It makes me nervous, but anyway. Posable Reaper, Beheaded Bride over here. Giggle Buddy back there. Guardian of the Grave. I think his tombstone is back there in that shelf. Ghost Girl, Deadlift Zombie, who I think is on right now. And then Flesh Eater remake.
Hey, who goes there?
And then over here next to Genderman, there's this storage closet which has my original Ghost Girl, the first one that was like really fucked up. Insane Serial Killer, who's kind of currently in half. And then Death Row, because I don't really have much spots for them. Most of the sitting props I don't really have much space for. Only really this table, and I use this table for work, so I can't have too much of them. But right now, Face Changer's like a permanent fixture of this table, and Bone Collector is going to be here. Also, Howler is in this box. I'm shipping him out to Halloween Central, who I will probably do an iCard of now, because we're trading. And I'm getting a surprise prop that I'm not going to reveal yet. I think that's about it for actually showing all of them. We'll get on to some of them that have more interesting stories. I'll start with my first Ghost Girl. I'm going to keep this one short, but I got her. She was my first ever life size back in 2014. It was like the last month that she was ever on the website, and she came, and she was broken out of the box. Her arms never worked. They never moved around, and she made a really loud popping noise. And then from that point forward, she never went down all the way. Now, she's obviously fully risen right now, and I keep her like this because I have a mannequin head that I usually put on her just for funsies. But, yeah, she was fucked from the get-go. Insane Serial Killer over there, he was one of the ones that I got in that lot from the storage unit. And he was in one of the worst conditions. I have a full restoration video on him. Death Row doesn't really have anything about him. I just kind of got him because I really like him. I do have the Outbreaker box, which I got from Techie's website over there. I got it from Get Cool Stuff when they got restocked on them. Now Charles here, he has a fair bit of a story, even for the customizations. I think I talk about it in my video on him, but I forced my mom to buy him as soon as Spirit opened, and she came home, and I immediately set him up, and I left him on censor for the rest of the night, and my friends were so fucking pissed off at me, because that night they were sleeping over, so that was fun. Grimsley doesn't have much of a story. I just love him a lot. Wacky, I wasn't actually planning on getting him this season. He was one of the ones that I had not really much like reservations about immediately getting, but I walked in the store the first day it opened, and then I immediately fell the fuck in love with him, and I grabbed one of his boxes and just ran the fuck out. I didn't rob them, but still. Wally I got from one of my friends because I could not find a waving Wally. Because I love this guy, I love this prop a lot, and I wanted it a lot. So this guy does not have a shoulder frame, and his motor was really loud, so I've had to do some work on him, but he was pretty cheap. Face Ripper I got back in probably May at this point from a fellow collector. He was in kind of shitty condition. He was fully working, but barely. So I've fixed him up a lot since then, and also I've fixed up his looks a shit ton. Headbanger I got probably in August or so. He worked for a while, but unfortunately he's kind of started to fall apart, which is really unfortunate. I love him so much. His wiring job for some reason was fucked for the Try Me Jack, so he would just go continuously. But I've pretty much fixed it at this point. You just kind of have to touch those together. I'm still working on rewiring it. And yeah, his mouth doesn't work anymore either. But his head still moves really well, and he's still really loud. I still love him. I've gotten him working a bit better than he was before, so. Bone Collector, I literally just got today. I've been looking for one for, I'm not kidding, since I was 8 years old. Face Ripper, or Face Changer, I mean, was from also that lot of 5 props from the storage unit. Same one that Insane Serial Killer was from. Face Changer here was actually the only one that fully worked, which was strange, because when I found him, he was lying on his side, under a bunch of piles of shit, and he was resting halfway between the regular and the skull face. So I still don't know how and or why he fully works, but he's built like a fucking tank, bro. I ran him pretty much constantly on Halloween, and he ran completely fine throughout the night. I shut him off later in the haunt, but you get my point. Buck here has a hell of a story. I think I also talked about it in my review of him, but that review is really old and kind of bad. Basically, I was on vacation with my friends down in Arkansas because I was staying with my friend's grandparents. And there was this antique vintage shop thing that had a buck on display, actually. They just kind of had it chilling on the wall, and I was like, yo, can I buy this fucker? And he was like, oh yeah, I got 3 new ones down in the back. So he took me to the shed out back in the store, and there was just 3 new in box bucks chilling there. So we took one of them out, just to kind of make sure everything was still intact, and then I bought him for $180, new in box buck. It was insane. Sultan's a similar situation. I actually got him from that lot as well, but he was new in the box. His box is sort of beat up, but I don't really mind at all. He still fully works for some fucking reason. I forgot to mention that Buck, his side-to-side broke, but Zoltan here, he still fully works other than the skull mouth not moving, and I had to do some work on the eyes just to get them, working a little bit better. Maybe if my camera will focus. Neat. Yeah, so he still fully works, and I absolutely love him. The first time I went there to get the rest of the lot, I couldn't actually get him because I didn't have the money for him. But I worked up about $120, and I made a deal with the lady to grab him, new in the box for $120, Jesus Christ. Also, he was missing a leg, and I gave the other one to Skull Crane for the time being so that he can make a 3D mold of it so he can sell replacement ones, because, that'd be neat. I need a replacement for it, so. And I just keep him on the 2 back legs. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm moving my tripod. Oh, shit. I'm currently hitting things with my tripod. Okay, damn. Well, first off, Hauntress has literally the least amount of story. She was the only impulse buy that I've ever had for a prop. The rest of these props, if I ever buy a prop, I goddamn want that prop. Posable Reaper was also from that lot that I keep mentioning. He was in either the worst or the second worst condition with Insane Serial Killer. I had to essentially rebuild his shoulder assembly so that it's a really janky repair. I'll have to talk about it someday. I think I might have mentioned it in my review of him. That's the 3rd time I've said that, but regardless. That floating ghost girl right there is no longer a floating ghost girl. She's a floating pole girl. Got her from, as I said, Halloween Central for free, which was nice. Beheaded Bride. She was one of my dream props, honestly, for a lot of years, and I found one locally. It was a bit expensive, $275, but it had the box, it had everything in the box, and she's pristine. Even her eyelids still work. They actually broke on Halloween, but for some reason they just kind of started working again. I don't know, it's weird. Guardian of the Grave down there, love him. Not much of a story to him though. I just fucking love him. Giggle Buddy over there, I found at a thrift store, Savers to be specific, and he was like $5 I think, but then it was the Halloween 75 off sale, so he was like $2.50, which was great. Unfortunately, he was missing his legs though, but that's why we did the PVC, and you can see that in my video. Way too much effort for a damn Giggle Buddy. This is my second Ghost Girl. This is the one that still mostly works, other than her arms. It's not even the gear. The gear actually still works in there. It's just that the motor's dying now. Yeah, this one's been through a lot with me. This one has worked again ever since then, and I styled the hair so that it's like double pigtail type things. Deadlift Zombies got a hell of a story. Now, I had been wanting that prop for a while at that point. I always found this guy so cool. I got him like 2 years ago. I got him right after I started dating my girlfriend, actually. And he got stuck, shipped in Indianapolis for some reason for like 3 weeks. And then he just kind of showed up right as we were leaving for Cleveland for vacation. Literally, we were pulling out of the driveway and I saw a large box on the doorstep, and I freaked out and forced my family to pull back into the house. Yeah, behind him is Flesh Eater. Flesh Eater is, I liked him a lot. He was my only, like, free prop this year, because my parents got me him as a gift, because my dad also quite liked him. Yeah, his face is dumpy as fuck, but I'm gonna have him repainted by Jovanir, probably. At some point in time soon. I'm not sure when, though. I think that's really about it, actually. Yeah, a lot of these guys are really valuable to me sentimentally. Some of these I still gotta make reviews on. The, main one being Face Changer, because I still have never made a review on Face Changer. Over there, and also, yeah, over there, and also, of course, now Bone Collector. Who else have I not made a review on? I should probably re-review Death Row, because his review is kind of bad, and I fixed Wally a bunch since his review, along with Wacky I reposed to shit, so now he looks so much better than he did in his review, so I'm gonna re-review them soon. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling.